Hey y'all, this is Porty 1119 with Headframe Hunters. We're picking up with episode 2 of the Uranium series, mini-series. So here we have a funny little contradiction. We have posted signs on the water treatment ponds, but would you look at that? Nothing at the head frame. Interesting priorities, but okay. So what we're at is the escape shaft for, I actually don't know what this mine's called. Let's call it the Sagebrush Mesa Mine. We're up on a mesa and there's a whole lot of sagebrush. I think that works for me. If it works for you, oh no, this is interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we have our first ever prefabricated semi-portable head frame. Look at that. It's built up off of a frame, and there's the shaft collar. I don't see that every day. So this right here is what is called a bullet cage. You may remember encountered a bullet cage at Viburnum 28 back in Missouri. So just give you an idea of the size. It's about 3 or 4 feet in diameter. You could fit 1 or 2 miners in there. This is for emergency purposes only. And the hoist is in there. It's likely a diesel hoist. The rope is still on her. It appears to have been disconnected from the conveyance. Unfortunately, it's been locked, so we can't take a look in there. It's about the water treatment. That's the water treatment plant. I don't know if they were adding some kind of flocculant to settle out dissolved solids or something of that nature, but there's probably a pump in there as well. And it comes up from here. This is probably a exploratory borehole that was then repurposed for dewatering. This may be a wet mine. Truth be told, I do not know. And then over there, a few hundred yards away, see that speck of yellow? That's a mine fan. We're gonna go take a look at that next. Well, we just walked over from the escape shaft and water treatment ponds. Over here at the Sagebrush Mesa Mine's ventilation shaft. It's a pretty colossal mine fan, if I'm being honest with you. This is once again a concrete collared shaft. What in the heck? That's a little bit uncomfortably large of a gap, I think. It appears that they set this conduit in it. And yeah, it tightens in. So the way this was done is corrugated steel pipe. The corrugation is visible in the collar wall. It's a corrugated steel pipe about 8 feet deep, with excavated cut around it, into which concrete was poured, probably in multiple lifts, but I don't know, I'm not a concrete guy. And that steel pipe was then lowered down to the contact with rock, so probably the native sandstone around here. This concrete collar was just put in to, well, it's a lot easier to maintain a stable collar in this than the moon sand you get up here. And when you look at that, the motor is still in this thing. Maybe someone comes up here and checks this thing. It has a date from less than a month ago. Interesting. It is a Spendrup fan company, AMF 1600-6-8, 50 horse, 1180 horsepower, 460, 60 hertz, 3-phase fan, which is exactly what we expected. At least the electrical side of it. Horsepower and RPM is variable. This contraption is some kind of block and tackle with wire rope running down into the bore. Wonder if they were pulling up wire or something with that. Anyways, the 480 goes underground right there, runs to that utility pole with the disconnect and small residential transformers. There you have it. That's how this part of the mine was ventilated. We're gonna go see what else we can find up here. So when we were up at the escape shaft and vent shaft for the Sagebrush Mesa Mine, that's where we were approximately, and we came down here to the actual decline. It's locked up. I mean, I could squeeze over the top if I really wanted to, but smell-o-vision doesn't exist yet, unfortunately, but it looks and smells like it's at least partially flooded. Maybe 80 feet in, I can see water. I don't know if it levels out and that's all there is, or that's just water in ruts, but it's not encouraging. Then up there, see that sign, danger, restricted area. The decline started to fall in on itself. It looks like they got that shored up. And that pile right there is probably from a LHD operator practicing, and then all those pock marks in that sandstone boulder are jackleg practice. Practice collaring and whatnot in something that's pretty similar to what the actual country rock here is. There's a lot of mines in this valley. Unfortunately, we're only going to have time for one more today. We'll go take a quick look at the shop and dry house. And so from what we saw at the Gold Eagle mine, that's a Gardner Denver compressor cooler. So there's a compressor in the dry house here. It's not out in the open, which is intelligent. It gets hot out here, and it gets awful cold out here. That appears to have been the office. I wonder if there's anything inside visible. Well, there is. What was that coming through? There's nothing powered in there. Just clipboard, hard hat, calendar, some chairs. Nothing particularly exciting. So, I think that's all she wrote for Sagebrush Mesa. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Adios.